Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how you can add here a button add cart and how a user can add the food in the add cart. So let's start the video. First of all, we have to go to the resources and then views. This is inside home page. Here you can see, and here I'm going to add a button and add a field. Why I need field? Let's say I want this dish, I want to add cart this product 3 times. So I will actually give here a field so that people can add quantity, and then if click on add cart button, it will actually add to the cart. So here we need a form for the quantity and a button. Okay, so I need a form, right, for this. And let's just go here, and here I'm going to say field, right? So you can see there is a CSRF button action, and we have input field here, and this is the food ID, right? And we are getting the food ID from here, right? This food. So food ID, and then we have the label here, quantity, and the number, and the value minimum should be 1, right? Okay. And we have a submit button here, you can see, and that's it. Now let's check how it's look like. So let's go refresh. So here you can see we have a quantity button and we have a add to cart button. If we increase this, it will be actually added. Okay. So now where it will actually go? So we have to actually give here this form a method, and that is post method. So method is post, and the action should be a route. I need to give here a route name. So let's give a route name, and the route name would be add to cart. Okay, so this is the route name, add to cart. I'm going to copy it, and I need to actually go in the web.php. So inside routes, and we have web.php, and here I'm going to create a route for this. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to copy this. Okay, and paste it here, and let's name this name add to cart. We have to give a single quotation, not here really, inside this first parenthesis. All right, so this is a add to cart route, and it will go here user controller class, and then the function, and let's say the function would be add to cart. Let's go create a add to cart function. So we'll go to the app, then HTTP, then controllers, then inside user controller, right, it will go to the user controller, and then here I'm going to create a function after index, and that will be public function, and function name is add to cart, and here it will actually go here, and okay, done. But here you can see we are actually getting the food ID, sending the food ID. Okay, we have an input field here, so we are getting the food ID also. Here you can see, and we can actually give it a food ID, no problem. And we need to actually pass here okay, we don't need to pass here anything, because we have here we have here hidden input type, and that is food ID. Okay, so it will not be shown, but it really exists. Okay, so we don't need to actually pass here food ID. Here you can see it will actually come to this add to cart, right? Here we have to say request and $request, because it's a post method and it's after form submission. So we should actually we have to actually keep all the field data, right? So here this is the parameter. I need to create a table for add to cart. So for this I have to actually create a model, because through model we can actually integrate the database, right? So I'm going to go to the terminal. Here you can see new terminal, and here I'm going to say php artisan make model, and the model name is add or I can say food cart. Okay, crt cart -m for the migration file. I will actually create a migration file with the model. Press enter, and it will create a model and a migration file. Here you can see if I go to the model app models, and here you can see we have a food cart.php here, and if I go to the database and then migrations, we'll find a migration file, and that is food carts.table, right? So let's go here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to add here, I will say auto increment, and I need some field value. I'm going to actually give here all the food information. Let's say food ID, food title, food description, food image, and food price, and also quantity, because I'm actually giving here quantity also, right? From the home page here you can see when I press add to cart, I'm actually giving here the quantity also, that how many product actually I need to buy. So we need quantity also. So let's add them one by one. So I'll go here the migration file, and here I'm going to say $table. So here you can see it will actually add a food carts table. So it will go here, and I will say let's say at first I need the user ID also, right? Why? Because I need to know that which user actually order, right? So I need to know the user ID. So I'm going to say here integer, and here I'm going to say user ID, and it would be it cannot be nullable. Okay, so yes, user ID, and then $table. I will say integer. We need the food ID also, so I will say food underscore ID. It also cannot be nullable. And then let's go for the next table, and next column, and next column should be, let's say, string, and here I'll give the food name, let's say food name, and then I'm going to copy it, not really, I will actually make it nullable. So I will say nullable. All right, and now I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it for the food details, food image, food price. What can I say is, here will be food details, then food image. So food name, food details, food image, and food quantity, right? So it should be integer, and it should be food quantity, and I need another integer one, so I'm going to copy it and paste it here, and it would be food price, integer food price. So I'm going to add here user ID, right? Food ID, string, food name. So food ID, food name, food details, food image, food quantity, food price. Let's go to the food database, localhost /php myadmin. If I go to the food, here you can see we have food ID, name, details. So food ID, name, details, then we have image, then food price, okay, price, and then food quantity, and everything is done here. So what we can do is, now we can actually go for the migration. So here I'm going to say php artisan migrate, press enter, and it will migrate it. So now let's check. If I go to the restaurant DB, here you can see we should have a cart. Here you can see food carts, and we have ID, cart ID, right? And then user ID, food name, food details, food image, food quality, quantity, food price, created and updated. Okay, so let's insert the data one by one. I'm going to minimize it, or let's say just drag and drop it like this, and let's remove it. So it will actually go here, this function, right? Because here you can see from the route, when somebody click on the add cart, so it will actually go to this route, and here user controller and this function, right? Add to cart. So it will go to this function, add to cart, and here it will actually add the card, food card information in the cart table. So I'm going to actually say here that use, I'm going to import the model. So I can actually copy it and then paste it here, and then I'll change the food to I'll say card, right? Food cart. Now here I'm going to say that so at first I have to actually check the food also, right? That the food is existed, this is the food is available or not, right? So here I'm going to say I'm going to check the food information at first. So I'm going to say $food. I'm going to say that find food colon find or fail. And here I am getting the ID, right? Here you can see if I go here after submission, here you can see this is a food ID, right? So I'm going to actually check here that the request food ID, food underscore ID. Let's go here, food underscore ID, right? So we are actually getting the food ID from the request, and we'll check it in the food table. And we'll actually, if we find any food information according to the ID, then we'll actually keep it inside this food. And now we'll actually create a new cart. So I will say $cart is equal to new, and now I will say food cart, right? Our model name is food cart. Here you can see food cart, and then we'll actually add all the value in the food cart. So I'm going to say cart, then I will mention all the column names. So let's go. You can see, so we don't need the ID because it's auto incremented. Now we'll go for the user ID. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to the next line, and let's say I want to copy it, paste it. So let's check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now first one is user ID and the second one is food ID. So let's go and paste it, and the third one is food name, paste it. Fourth one is food details, and then food image, and then food quantity, and then food price, and then we need to actually say here equal to $request, then the field name from the home blade. So let's go there, and I'm going to drag and drop it here, and here you can see we have food ID for the food ID. Okay, so we're going to copy. Okay, so this is the user ID, right? Okay, so this is not for the request, this is from auth. I mean, I will keep it from auth. I mean, I will check that currently who is logged in. So I'm going to say auth :ID, right? So from here actually I'm going to give the ID, auth ID, to the user ID. Okay, and here I'm going to say request ID, food ID, because this is a food ID and we are getting the request food ID. And I'm going to copy it and paste it. I'll say equal, and let's go to the next line, equal. Next go to the next line, equal. Next go to the next line. Okay, so let's go back, and here I'm going to say it. Okay, so now next field value is what? Quantity. You can see quantity. So what I'm going to do here is so one thing is we have to actually say here we can actually get all the value from the request, right? Because here we just only have here only quantity, right? Here you can see only quantity, so we can actually get the quantity and the food ID only. Okay, here you can see just the quantity and the food ID. So all of them will be from this food table information. Okay, so we'll actually go here and we'll say food ID. We'll say here food, then instead of this we'll actually use food. Okay, so let's go and change them individually. Okay, now we will have to, we have to go to the food table. Here you can see we have food table, so I'm going to copy all the column name from the food table. So for the food ID we have to use here ID. Okay, so I have to say ID. Done. Now let's go for the food name, right? Yeah, food name is food name. Here you can see food name, so I'm going to say here food name, food underscore name. Done. Then we have food details. I'm going to say food underscore details. These are all as same as the food table column name, right? Here you can see. And then we have food image, so we'll say food underscore image, image. Okay, then the next one is food quantity. So yeah, this one will actually this one will come from the request, right? Request, because it will actually come from the field. So request colon arrow sign, and then we have to go to the home.blade.php, and here you can see this is the id name quantity, right? So quantity, we have to say here quantity. Let's copy it and paste it here, quantity. And then we have food price also. So here it depends on quantity, right? It depends on quantity, so I'm going to say food price will be at first I'm going to say here dollar price is equal to, I'm going to say dollar, I'm going to say actually that cart food quantity, okay, into the current food price. So that this will be actually this food price. Okay, I'm going to say here is food the price table. So if we go here, you can see food price. So I'm going to say food underscore price. That's it. And then you can see we have here price. So I'm going to actually say just price here, just price, dollar price. That's it. So we have all the things, and here I'm going to actually make a comment so that anyone can understand. This price is from a food table. Okay, I'm going to make some comment. Food for food table. Okay, request for forms, now form fields, and then we have cart. So cart for cart, food cart. Okay, food cart table. That's it. So this is the comment. So now anyone can actually understand it. Okay, so yes, we just have to actually pass the food name only. Okay, and we have already the food images right inside our public folder. Here you can see inside our public folder. So every single time we just have to actually match with the food name only, and then we can fetch it. So okay, done. So this is the food quantity and cart price. So everything is done, right? Yeah. Now what I can say here is dollar cart save, right? And we'll say if dollar cart save will actually return redirect. We'll say return redirect. We'll say back, and with nothing. Okay, so and what can I say? I can actually send with a message. So I'm going to say with a message. Let's say cart message, MESSAG cart message. I can actually use here a underscore. I can actually give here a normal output, and that will be, let's say, product or food added successfully, food added to the cart. And this is the session name, and I'm going to actually so it will actually go redirect back, right? So it will go to the home, and here inside this div, okay, I'm going to show here that added successfully. So here I'm going to actually give here if condition, and I'm going to copy it. Actually I don't want to, here I'm going to paste it. Okay, and here I know the cart message is the variable name, so I'm going to actually set here that the session variable will be cart name, cart message, and this one will be cart message. And then so here I'm going to actually use style that background color should be light green. Okay, any light green. Here you can see light green. That's it. And now let's check. Okay, so what we'll do here, let me just go there, and here you can see we have a cart right here. Now we'll check that if it is added successfully. Refresh once again. Oh, not found. Okay, maybe I did mistake. Go to user controller, and here you can see we have index, we have here. Okay, so this is the URL. We need to change the URL. Let's say add to cart. Let's go. Okay, user controller class add to cart, and now let's check. Okay, and now you can see there is a default quantity 1, so anyone cannot actually give here 0. Here you can see value must be greater than 1, I mean equal to or greater than 1, right? Okay, so we can actually give here, let's say 1, and maybe let's say 3, okay, to see the calculation of the price. Okay, so here you can see we have 5, right? 5 USD. So from here we are going to, let's say, add to cart. I mean, I want to actually click here, add to cart. So if, okay, so we got okay, so this will be a post method, I mean post route. So here you can see I have given here the get route, so I'm going to say here post. That's it. Now let's go back, refresh. I'm going to give here 3, add to cart. It should work. Query violation, column user ID cannot be null. So it's not null, right? Here you can see user ID cannot be null. Okay, boys. Okay, I got the error. So the problem is, here you can see we are not logged in, right? If I go here, you can see we are not logged in. So we have to check that the user is logged in or not. So if user click on the add to cart, then he need to actually, I mean, he need to be logged in, right? So we'll actually check the user is logged in or not. So it will actually go for this add to cart function, right? From this URL. Okay, so I mean, when somebody will actually click on add to cart, so it will actually come to this function, and here we will actually check the user is authenticated or not at first. So I'm going to say if auth : check, and that's it. Then we'll actually allow the user to edit, remove it from here, and we can actually use here this sign. All right, and I'm going to move them a little bit right. All right, so okay, now it will work. If I refresh, if I now click on add to cart, here you can see it should go to the login form, right? But here you can see at first it will actually took me to the add to cart, but what you have to do, yeah, we have to keep a middleware, okay, for the authentication. So I'm going to actually copy the middleware from here. Let's say I'm going to copy the middleware from here. So I'll go there and I'll copy this middleware, but I'll remove the admin from it. Okay, so I'm going to go here and paste it, and here we just have to actually say auth. That's it. And we can actually, or maybe we can actually use it, or okay, done. I found it. So I'm not going to keep it here. I'm going to actually cut it from here, and I'm going to paste it inside this group function. Okay, here you can see we have a middleware group, and this is the group function, and here we have the dashboard route, and we have the post route. Now it will not go to the add to cart. At first it will actually check the user is authenticated or not. So let's go add to cart. Now it should go for the login. Here you can see it should go for the login, right? Now it's working perfectly. Okay, let's log in as user. Yeah, now it will work. Now let's say I want to add 3 quantity, and if I click on add to cart, it should add it. Here you can see added, and we have a message here, food added to the cart. Okay, you can see it's showing in all of these div, right? So this is the problem, but let me check that if it is added successfully or not. Yes, it's added successfully, right? And the price is 15. Yes, food ID is 1 and 5, and you can see food ID is 1 and yes 5, so 3 into 5 is 15, right? 15 USD. But here you can see this is a problem. It's showing the success message in every single div here, you can see. So what can I say, that I'm going to actually remove this success method, I mean success process from here. I'm going to cut it from here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually show it here. So this is added here. So I got it. So I'm going to actually cut it from here, and bro, I can actually create here, right? I mean, I can actually show it here. I mean, let's check, just to check it. So 3, add to cart. Yes, now it's showing perfectly, right? Food added to the cart. Okay, now done. And I can actually change some style for this div, and that is, you can see background color light green, but text should be white, black, right? Okay, so I'll say color black. Yeah, and important, I'll say black, important, so it will actually forcefully make it black. Okay, and now let's go and let's I want to give it for order, and here you can see food added to the cart. Okay, done. So now let's check if it is added. If I refresh here, you can see yes, added successfully. So yes, and yeah, right, calculation is also perfect. So that's it. This is how you can actually added all the product into the cart. Okay, so in our next video I'm going to show you how we can actually show here cart. Okay, and then if we click here cart, then we can actually show all the purchased food. Okay, for us, I mean, let's say I'm a user and I want to actually know that how many items actually I have ordered and the total price I mean I have to pay. Then we can actually click here in the button to cart, and if we click the cart button, and then it will show all the information. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.